In this video, we're going to learn how to use an arbitrary command within a compliance rule in BMC server automation. These are the steps that we're going to take. We're going to use an existing component template. We're then going to create a part with the command that we want to use within that component template. And then we will create the compliance rule using that part. And then finally, we will test that command or that rule. Let's bring up our server automation console. So we're going to browse to the component template where we want to create the rule. I have a custom policy template here for Linux policy. We'll open that up. And the first thing we want to do is we want to create a part. So I'm going to go over to the Parts tab, and we're going to add a new part. Since this command does not exist in the configuration object dictionary, we're going to create a custom or add a new part. We're going to select the type, and that's going to be command. So we're going to look for that in the types. There we go. And then you simply type in your command. I'm just going to do a very simple example. I'm going to type in date, which is going to bring back the date on that server. I'm going to say OK. And we have now created the part. Make sure to save that. Okay, then I'm going to go over to the compliance tab to create my rule with my newly created part. So we will say create a new rule. We'll give it a name, and since this is date, then I'll just say check date. And we're going to define the rule definition. We'll do a basic condition, and then we're going to browse for that part that we created, and that is command date. So we'll open that up. And then you've got a couple of options here. Maybe if your command outputs an exit code, you can look for that. Or maybe you just want to look at the entire output. And there are other options here that you can select. In our case, we're just going to look for the entire output of that command. So I'm going to select output. And in my operators, I'm going to say, well, I just want it to contain 2015, which is the current year. Check. Okay, so this is my rule using this custom command. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And then finally, what we want to do is test it to make sure that it's going to work. So we're going to go over to our test rule button here. We'll select that. We'll select the server against which to test. So this is for Linux. So I'm going to select the Linux server. And we'll go ahead and test the rule. So we see that this came back a success, which means that it's compliant. If I click on the command here, I can actually see what the output was, right? So this is what the command returned, and my rule said that it should contain 2015, which it does, and therefore my rule is compliant. So this is how you use custom arbitrary commands within a compliance rule within BSA.